Hello, this is Nathan with UnitConnect.com, and in this tutorial I will be covering how to create new bills for tenants. So far I have done a variety of videos that go over step by step how to leverage the UnitConnect platform. If you currently do not have any properties or tenants added, then I would suggest that you review those videos so that you can get up to this point. But assuming that you have already added properties, units, and tenants, then you're ready to create new bills. So if I come over to my properties tab and I'm going to click on John's property, John's property currently has only one unit with one tenant, which is Tim Smith. So if I want to make a bill for Tim, then I'm going to come over to my Billings tab. Once I have my Billing tab loaded, you'll notice that there are 4 tabs. So we have our previous and current bills, search bills, print bills, and create new bills. So I want to be in my create new bills tab. And I'm going to select the property. So I'm going to select for John's property. And for the billing month, it's going to be January, and the billing year is going to be 2020. I'm going to click Create. Ready to create new bills for the month of January? Please confirm. Yes. New bills have been created successfully. Would you like to view them now? Yes. All right, so now we're here on the new loaded page, and we can scroll down and we see that our new bill for our tenant, Tim Smith, has been created. So if I click on our bill, we can see our status as not paid, meaning the tenant has not paid the bill. And on the right side, we can see a breakdown. So we can see our recipient, where the bill is going to be sent to, and an overall breakdown on the right-hand side. All right, now if I scroll down a bit further, we can see a bill breakdown for this tenant, and we have that breakdown by line item. So the first line item is the rent in the sum of $1,200, followed by a utility charge in the sum of $75. If a tenant is late, you can choose to apply a late fee by selecting this checkmark box. The default amount for the late fee will be based on the amount that you entered when you created this tenant, based on the lease details. If you want to change the late fee payment, then you can select the dollar amount and change it. So in this example, I'm going to change it from $100 to $150, and I'm going to select Change. Please note that when you apply a late fee, the late fee amount will be charged on the following month's statement. Therefore, we're not going to see a change in this month's statement. So that is really important to keep in mind. Furthermore, if you refer to the different buttons here at the bottom of the page, you have some different options, such as pay items. So if you want to pay items, you can either select them individually, or you can select all of them and hit pay items, and those will be marked as paid. If you want to pay in full, then again you need to check mark all the items and select pay in full. If you would like to add a charge, you can do that by clicking add charge. And so let's use another utility as an example. The category we'll select is electric, and we'll say the charge amount is $50, and we'll leave the note section blank, and I'll click save. And so now you can see our $50 utility amount has been added to this month's statement. If you want to modify a charge, you can also do that. So I'm going to select the utility that I just added and click modify charges, and so we can make any changes that are necessary. I'm not going to make any changes at this time. Lastly, there's the option to delete charges. So if I select our utility charge that is added and I select delete charges, then it's going to confirm that you want to delete, and you just select delete. All right, and so now that item has been removed. So that concludes the different options if you want to edit a statement. Next, we're going to look at emailing this statement to the tenant. So I'm going to be referencing the left-hand side of the screen. So I'm going to select our tenant, Tim Smith, and I'm going to scroll down, and here we have some further buttons which we can reference. So I'm going to give an example of what you can do if you want to email the bill. So I'm going to select email bill, and so now we have the default email address that's associated with this tenant. In this example, it's pulling my work email address for the sake of using this as an example. But if we wanted to change the email, we can just highlight it and put our new email address. So I'm going to put a fictitious email address, tsmith@email.com. Now, if you want to select multiple email addresses that are associated with the same tenant, that's possible. A scenario in which that may be applicable would be with a commercial tenant where you want to send the bill to the owner as well as to someone in accounting or some example thereof. So in order to add multiple email addresses, I'm just going to add a comma, and then we can add another email address. So I'm going to put jsmith as another example. So now you can see we have two email addresses. Additionally, you can choose to email the bill to yourself or someone on your team by check marking this box and in confirming that your email address is correct. And then you would click send. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that blank, and I'm just going to put my email address, my work email address, so that we can see an example of what this looks like. And we're going to go ahead and click send. All right, so the email has been placed in the email queue. So that will be getting sent here in a few moments. Another option is we can create a PDF of the statement. And so in order to do that, we're going to select the tenant and go and click print bills. All right, so now that we have created the PDF statement, it's downloaded to my local computer. I'll click on it. Now that you've downloaded the PDF statement, we can see that it's a breakdown of all the data that we had entered on the previous screen in UnitConnect, and it's laid out nicely so that you can choose to print this, or you can choose to keep this for office records. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. Now I'm going to go to my email. All right, so now I have the email that was sent via UnitConnect that contains the statement. And so this is what the email looks like and what your tenant would receive. So you can see to view your invoice from John's Property for the sum amount of $1,275. Here's a copy for your records. So the tenant can choose to download the PDF like I just had shown earlier in the video, as well as there's a link to the tenant portal where the tenant can make a payment online. And so that is what the tenant would receive via email. All right, that concludes this video on UnitConnect.com. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to post comments beneath the video, or you can reach out to our support team at support@UnitConnect.com. And be sure to stay tuned for future tutorials on UnitConnect. Thank you so much. Have a great day.